It's like saying, Nick, are you hungry?
Is green. Nick, are you
Can
hungry?
you make that go away so I don't look at myself the whole time? Because
Don't look at us. Don't look at that.
You're supposed to be talking to us anyway.
Yeah.
We only look at it now so we can figure out what it's
Like
going to look
stats.
like.
Yeah, and he is really quick with
Yeah. So,
stats.
as long as the player. So
As long as I can find the player.
So Michael Thomas.
Yes, the commercial.
On that commercial.
Have you seen that? It's like not Black Lives Matter, but it's about justice.
Yeah.
And it's the Michael Thomas that you came up with. It's the safety for the
Texans,
Texans.
yeah.
I'm like, ooh, that's a Michael Thomas.
Mike, that's all I kept on thinking about every time.
And they're both black.
I have no idea what they're talking about. All I know is this is Steven's Mike Thomas.
Yes. We should get him like an autographed jersey for Mike Thomas to safety. It probably, I mean, he's not that well known. That would be awesome. I'm looking that up.
He'd probably sit there and
I've got one sale in Kansas City. I can't figure it out. I'm a huge fan apparently in Kansas City. You know, like he sees those stats, I'm sure. Right?
Yeah, and he's
comes to find out.
loving it.
Like a guy who I had no idea who he was.
I didn't know that.
It's going to be it'll be our reoccurring racist joke.
I mean, I guess I kind of knew there were two Michael Thomas, but I didn't know the team, what he looked like, or what position. I just knew there were two.
That's Michael Thomas comes up. Let's see. That's your.
Yeah,
that's
but
your
you Googled him. Yeah, on fantasy, the safety doesn't have any relevance because we don't play defensive
that's what
player.
you know what?
You Googled it.
Here's what I was
the
doing.
First one that came up.
I put him in that one.
Yep. That's exactly what you.
Because that's what was happening. Is first I started figuring like you could look Michael Thomas from NCAA Lafayette. I could have pulled that one up too on accident.
Well, that one he could be any race actually. He doesn't identify as a race.
Did you see that game for the Raging Cajuns?
No.
Like the ending where they decided to do like a on purpose safety to like they ended up. Yeah, I'd have to paint you the whole picture because they like the long snapper like fumbles like goes over the punter's head like 4 different times. Raging Cajuns are up by like I don't know 6 or something like that. No, 5. They're up by 5. So instead, since this long snapper's already fucked up 3 times, instead of punting it, they're just gonna give we'll do a safety on purpose because they've got only like a minute left and they got to go down the field. They get down the field, and then they missed on the extra point. Or the field goal.
It's just you.
Well, you can't see my bald spot there. So, yeah. I'm okay with that.
I guess. All right.
Yeah, we're good to go.
We can still see it. JK, welcome. Wait,
bald spots.
It's there.
Are you getting
there? We all know it's there.
Wait.
I know. It's
that?
not as big as his.
Is it happening right now?
But I shaved my head too. Do you want to use Nick's Santa hat to cover your bald spot?
And then I can have my
No,
bald spot
because I
being shown.
went to all
You don't know
this,
how many women he's had sex with wearing that.
I went to all this trouble to do my hair.
23.
So no.
That number seems a little inflated, to be honest. But
By like
are you going to eat that
23.
like during the show?
2 for every reindeer.
Are you full yet?
No.
Can you put that down for like a couple minutes?
Put it away.
You're just so mean to me.
You've already eaten a whole box of it.
All I want to do is eat my food.
I know.
What is it?
It's food. Last bite.
Potato casserole?
Yeah. Like show up somewhere, it's like Pavlov's dog, and they get food, then every time you just eat more. And that's not going to happen to you. This is what happens to regular children that don't run every day.
I've got 2 cats, and
That's right. How are they doing?
They're doing great. They're doing awesome. Big J and
yeah.
And they compete against each other. So I've seen one of them will eat, and because they hear the other one eat, one of them will run in there and they'll do the same thing. And then because then they'll switch out. The other one will eat, and then the other one hears that he's eating, and then they have to go back at it again. So
Gavin gets excited when my cat eats because
when you eat.
He does that too, but he gets excited when my cat eats because my cat's got this automatic timer, so it just feeds him 4 times a day. Yeah, it's nice. So, but my cat will eat super fast because once upon a time I didn't have his food on a ledge, so Gavin and Special Agent Jack Bauer would have to quickly eat their food, and so Jack wood eat his food very quickly before Gavin could go over there and take some of his food. So he still eats that fast, but now he vomits every time he eats super fast, and then Gavin gets a treat.
Oh, good for Gavin.
All right, I'm going to start the show off with two of the worst stories I've ever heard in my entire life.
Really? I can go.
No, please.
No,
No.
yeah, stop.
You had me.
Stop.
I've got plenty of
You
more
both had me
stories.
at cat. Welcome back to Worse Than 10. My name's Reed Jolly. We've got Nick Perda, producer Steven Sloan, and special guest Amber Hagen. She's still baking to me.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
Don't say my other last name.
All right.
Say my name. Say my name.
Want to say thank you to Smoking Joe's
Oh, smoking
breakfast
Joe's.
casserole today.
Delicious.
It was good.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thanks,
That was
Rhonda.
Great.
And great stocking stuffer this year. CBD vapes or mints, don't you think?
Wow, look
Yeah.
at you being festive.
Yeah, it's almost Christmas.
What's the name of the website?
EcotherapyCBD.com.
Ah,
Get 10% off
nailed
with code worse than 10. Great to put in stocks for those people that can't afford to buy weed and just want the CBD part.
Help support the show.
Yeah, and help support the show. Yeah. So I have a guest today. That's awesome. I'll start with a funny story.
Sorry.
Seriously?
Rudy
Your phone went off?
Giuliani
So
actually
bad.
follows our show now. I knew that before he got COVID. He has COVID. I know because he stole our bit and he farted on an open mic. And I was like, that's my trick. Did you see that?
Oh my God, I did see that.
Yes.
It was hilarious.
It was hilarious. And SNL made fun of it, and you couldn't make it funnier.
They really did.
Yeah.
I watched that episode.
Because I looked it up. I was like, they're just fucking, they're like, that didn't really happen, right?
No,
I looked up, that really
That
happened.
really happened.
My favorite part is the lady next to him. Whenever he does it, just goes,
I know. Have you seen it? I mean, not a political thing, but it was just brilliant. Open. That was almost as good as the guy on the HBO show when he practically admitted to murdering his wife on an open mic.
oh, the
But
James.
this, yes,
Frost.
great show. But this was funnier. That one wasn't so funny.
And what he
God,
Farts are funny.
and
They
he,
are.
He had all that color on his face that was like bleeding down the side of his
That was
head.
that was his hair dye.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, could have fooled me that he was trying to pretend to be Donald Trump.
Maybe.
what?
Yeah, all that orange tanner.
He was leaking
Hair
black.
dye. It was hair dye.
It looked more like he got into like an oil spill or something.
Yeah.
He was working for BP.
His face
The
was
Gulf.
dyed a whole nother color.
Yeah. Didn't add a lot of credibility to what he was trying to say, but nonetheless. Playoffs start this week.
Fantasy playoffs.
Who made it?
All right, I've made it in 4 out of my 5
Okay,
leagues.
4 out of 5. One's a family league.
One's the family
The
league.
one you didn't make is a 14-person league.
Yep, that Fox and Hound league.
I didn't make it
that
either.
Little Miss Princess,
Yep.
whatever the fuck her name is.
Amber
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
is
shoot.
dominating.
Hagen.
Yeah.
Number 1 seed.
So, yeah.
Not the first time you've been number 1, right?
Not the first
Second time, but you.
Second
it was
time.
yeah.
2 years in a row
And you're only in 3 leagues, and you made the playoffs in all 3 leagues.
in all 3 leagues.
Which she didn't know she made in all 3 until 10 minutes before you showed up. She's like, I was like, did you make those? I don't even know. And I had to look it up on my phone.
I wasn't paying attention in a couple. Sorry.
Yeah. And Steven?
Did you make it? Like, I know I'm
Not in
curious.
my first one, but in the vampire. League, I did.
Okay.
1 out of 2.
One out of 2.
Yep. And we're going to talk about the Vampire League
That's
in
a
just
good
a second.
one.
But
Good for you.
number 1, you lost to Terry, which is a
Embarrassing
I mean,
a little bit. But
yeah.
I
He
lost to
called
Terry.
her. I actually beat Terry week 1, but he called her and texted her relentlessly during the game to say he's beating her, even though he's not even going to make the playoffs, and she's still going to be number 1 with the winner or loss.
Is that an option? Can I do that when I'm playing you?
You can't.
Apparently, you can.
You can.
Now,
Yes.
out of fairness,
Will I respond? Who knows?
that was it Sunday
I'm
night?
okay with this.
Okay.
Sunday night.
I probably will.
I send out so many texts to females that never get replies. I'm
Yeah.
used to it by now.
Well, I'll probably respond.
If you get a 1 out of every 100, it makes it worth it.
Right?
Just keep trying, buddy.
Oh, Jesus.
So that was during the Chiefs game. Out of fairness, I was drinking, watching the game with some people, and he actually texted me and asked for your number, and I gave it to him. So that's yeah. And I was like, sure, this will be fun because I know he's going to all night long.
But it literally showed up in my phone as Terry Mikens, so I
Oh,
already
okay.
had his number.
He either didn't have yours or he's too stupid to look for it.
Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure he probably has my number in his phone and he just doesn't even know it.
He's probably got a lot of your shit in his phone.
Well, thank you for that.
You're welcome. So first
Waiting
place.
until the show to
Yeah.
tell me.
Yeah, that'll be fun. So tell me, as a woman in the Me Too movement, how it feels to be the number one in one league and make the playoffs in two others. That's got to be riveting. You're doing something great for women in fantasy sports. Don't you think?
Well,
All women's sports should be fantasy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Good. By the way, Vanderbilt didn't even play last week. I was actually looking forward to that.
We got to let her answer. Go on.
It was rhetorical, pretty much.
okay. Well,
Yeah.
Will you let her answer?
All right.
I'd rather watch her talk. And then
we talked about.
shut up. I don't want to listen to you.
I mean, it feels good to
There
be
we
in the
go.
playoffs in all three leagues.
Yeah.
It does. And this is my second time being in first place in one of them.
Yeah. And the
2
only
years in a
woman
row,
team.
yeah.
The only
Yeah.
woman in a 14-person league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
You can't count Christy Grow because they're a married couple.
That's true.
Yeah, the only
You
chick.
can't
You're
count.
really wearing your ovaries on the outside right now,
Well,
Amber. Look at you,
You
go.
know,
Good job.
I like football.
Yeah.
That's all. What else can I say?
Remember
Let's-
that time she drafted Dan Bailey in the second round?
I did.
Yeah.
I did do that.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh,
You did not make the playoffs that year.
I
what a
didn't.
great memory.
I forgot about that.
I didn't.
I will never forget about that. And now you can go on with whatever story you
But
want to talk about.
I did have Dan Bailey last week
Yeah.
as my kicker.
Good.
So
Did you pick him up off waivers?
I did. Yeah. Well, I needed a kicker.
Don't ever draft a
And-
kicker till
and-
the end.
Yeah. Well.
Really wanted that cowboy kicker.
We'll switch it. Your Cowboys. That game. You watch that. That
It
didn't
was-
look good.
Okay.
And then we'll get back to the Vampire League.
In the beginning, it was fine, and I was just like, okay, this is all right.
Well, yeah,
but-
when everyone's tied 0-0, the game's still
no,
fun.
no. It was like,
The beginning of the season?
no, don't say it like that.
When was the moment that you lost all hope for the Cowboys? What game was it? What was the moment?
Oh, the second Dak Prescott broke his ankle.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was it.
It was over.
I-
Andy Dalton was going to save you.
The second he waved over and was like, I'm hurt, I was like, this is it. Our season's over. I didn't realize right then that it was a compound fracture and it was something that would take an extremely long time to heal.
Yeah.
But I knew right then, and yes, I did take a shot and go outside and cry a little bit
You should.
because
But he'll be back
I
next
thought
year.
I really thought
I'm a
this
franchise
was going to
tag.
be a great year for
Yeah.
us.
I hope he stays a Cowboy.
I do too.
Do you?
He will.
Okay.
And
Because if I was a Cowboys fan, I wouldn't want to lose him.
I did.
I wouldn't. I think he'd just be weird in any other jersey right now.
It
I
would-
don't think
it
I could
would.
vision him as a quarterback for any other team. But then again, I said the same thing about Peyton Manning, and
Yeah.
and
Oh, yeah.
he looked fine as a Bronco.
Yeah.
Anybody can play for any team.
Yes,
Yeah,
you're absolutely
we know the
right.
rules.
But
Just saying it would be weird.
It would be weird, just because Jerry Jones likes him so much,
That's good.
but at the same time, it is going to take him a long time to heal. Who knows if he'll be ready next year?
I think he'd be ready. People are healing faster and faster. And they're,
yeah,
except for turf toe. That one seems the linker.
God.
He thinks that's fake.
that's
So-
fake. That's not a real thing. But okay, don't worry about it.
Vampire League.
Oh,
Go. What?
right before that, but Jerry Jones did come out and talk about today how that if and when Dak Prescott comes back, that if he's going to be a runner and he's going to run the ball, he can't take hits
Yeah.
as a runner. And I get that, but if you don't have people defending you, how the
Yeah.
fuck is that?
Stephen Jones has been saying for a while that it's a length problem. Like Dak wants 4 years and the Cowboys want him longer. And that's where the big dilemma is coming into.
Because if he does 4, then he gets 2 contracts.
Exactly. He wants to try and get as much out of his,
Which is unfortunate because if I were him, and of course I'd love to be a millionaire, I just want to be a Cowboy forever. All the fans love you.
Yeah.
You guys, they're close. I don't know about the coaching or the play calling, but the tools are there.
Yeah, it would make
They got an
sense.
owner that can't get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Yeah.
can't get out of them.
I mean, he could just leave or be
That's not
gone
going to happen.
or disappear.
How many Cowboys fans think
Like
just
whenever
tired
he
of getting
wants
axed?
to.
All of them.
Oh,
All of
Like,
them.
like they're just tired. Dude, just fucking retire. You don't have to not own the team.
Just stay out.
Watch,
and hire a
watch
GM.
like everybody else.
just be there.
I don't have a lot of faith in his son taking over because I feel like he'd do the exact same shit his dad was doing.
Yeah, maybe.
So, anyway, okay.
All right, well, back to playoffs. Vampire League. You and I staged a coup last week that we did not talk about on the show. Steven knew about it, wasn't involved because his seeding, we wanted him to make the playoffs, and you did. Nick, myself, I was 1 seed, you were 2, and my neighbor.
No, Dale was 2. I was 3.
Okay, if we lost, we weren't going to not make the playoffs, and we all threw our game to keep BJ out of the playoffs, who was the 9th seed, I think, at the time.
So at the
And he
time,
only had to make 8.
But he's the vampire.
He
Yes,
is.
he's the
Okay.
vampire.
His team
So-
is so good.
And so here's
And
the
he-
dilemma
and
He would
he
kill
had.
all of us. He didn't make it.
So
Okay.
we had 3 or 4 teams that all had the same record. They all had
it was all muddy.
Yeah, and we all had to have them lose. And then, the only way BJ could screw us over and get into the playoffs was if he won
By a lot of
by a lot of points
Yeah.
and was able to, build on that.
Yeah,
So
and then
we-
he would take DK Metcalf
Yeah.
if he'd won.
And his team's already, he's already got the second most points overall in
Yeah.
our league.
Yeah.
That's how insane he's been scoring points.
With
these
only
last few
winning
weeks. 5 games.
5 games. Yeah, it's crazy. He would have killed all of us.
Yeah,
We had
so-
to keep him out.
We kept them out for our own sake, and so we ended up. So Dale threw his game successfully.
Yes.
I planned on tanking my game.
And you put in some people I'd never heard of, and
Yeah.
you ended up still winning.
Like I was just
Yeah.
the fuck.
I benched my entire team except my kicker. So I wanted to know I was tanking it. This was a big fuck you when I did
Yeah.
mine. To Audrey, and she won, but now it made Audrey get into the playoffs, which was mathematically could have happened. I told her it might, depending on what everyone else says. But now I have to play her first round of the playoffs.
But you did all of this in order to keep BJ out of
Yes.
the playoffs
And it
because he
didn't
is
matter.
And it didn't matter because he lost
Lost
anyway.
anyway.
He played a really good team with a worse record.
But let's think about if he wasn't the vampire, would you have gone to all those
No.
lengths
Oh,
to
no.
keep somebody out?
No, not at all. Just
Okay.
the vampire, because this team was so
let's
elite.
just get that on record
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
only because BJ was a vampire.
Well, the
Yeah.
Because it
vampire
makes me
gets-
not want to play in the Vampire League next year.
Oh,
because
no.
It's
If I'm
just
the
because-
vampire, I want to steal all your really
Because-
good players, and I want to win. I don't want to
Yeah.
tank and have you all
the
like
vampire gets
mess with me
if the
and get me out.
vampire wins, the vampire gets the full pot. There's no
Yeah.
splitting of it.
Yeah, there's no second place.
So if he wins out, and second place is out of their money. So the only option for either of us to get anything,
We would have all lost to him.
yeah. So we needed to make sure,
Yeah.
like if we wanted to win, we had to make sure that
So-
vampire was out.
Is this even a league that you want to play again?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
so much. I want to
Yeah.
be the vampire.
I do too. Yeah. And I will hopefully, because how it worked out for him at the end, there was nothing he could have done. I mean,
Yeah.
it was all like just happenstance and fate or whatever you want to
Yep.
call it. Bad fucking luck. Now, if he'd won one more game earlier or picked a different player or kept Mahomes and not traded him,
Yep.
something in the past, he would be in the playoffs. He would have won everything.
Wait, didn't he steal Mahomes?
He did, but then
And he traded him?
for Deshaun Watson and something
else.
Wait, how is that even?
A thing?
Yeah,
You can make trades.
Trades. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
always able to trade.
yeah, but not the best players that you have, right?
Oh yeah, you can. You just can't drop the best players you have.
But why would you trade Patrick Mahomes?
No, because he hates the Chiefs.
Chiefs.
He's a Raiders fan. That's why he didn't want him on his team.
No.
Now, if he had kept him,
That doesn't matter.
You're
You
at-
can hate him all you want,
Yeah.
but he's going to get you the best points.
true.
What is
He's
wrong
not
with
in-
you?
He thought he was.
Oh my
yes,
gosh.
exactly. That's why he's not
Okay,
there.
sorry guys.
Probably mainly
Just
because of that decision.
Stop yelling at everybody that agrees.
Yeah.
me being the
I'm
only
not watching the Vampire Diaries, Amber. Shut the fuck up.
okay. Me being the only person that's not in the Vampire League,
Yeah.
I did not know that he did that.
Yeah. No.
And that was the dumbest thing he could have ever done.
In
That's coming
hindsight-
from a chick.
Yeah. It was.
He's the #1 draft pick in
a lot of
every
leagues.
league.
Yeah. In a lot of leagues. Not all of
Oh
them.
my god. Okay.
But so
Why am I kind of not surprised?
going into this game
You shouldn't be.
by Sunday night,
No, but hold on.
I was for a second.
But
and-
Patrick Mahomes had played games before he got him. So
yes,
he already
and he
scored
knew-
shit tons of points.
and
Yeah.
he should've-
Beforehand, he's like, fuck it, I don't want him on.
Yeah, I don't want him.
know.
I mean, that was the dumbest decision ever.
I'm not a Chiefs fan,
Yeah.
but if I get
I'm not either,
Patrick
but
Mahomes,
that's your
I'm
head.
gonna
Cutting your nose
keep
off.
him.
Yeah, spite your
Yeah.
face. Yeah.
I'm gonna keep him.
Yeah.
Like
Perfect analogy.
you're never. You guys can't ever let him live this down.
Oh, we won't. No.
Like
No.
never.
This is-
Yeah.
Next time I see him, I'm just gonna be like, "Why are you so fucking stupid?"
Yes. But going to that game, let's talk about he had 3 players left to go and he only needed 30, 35 points.
34.
He had a kicker, Tyler Bass for the
Bass.
Bills, which actually had a good game.
Baltimore's defense.
But
And
before
then
that was Gibson.
That's right.
who I was doing work and had the game on behind me. That was the early Monday game.
Yeah.
And I had it on TV too. I was kind of watching. Gibson, I think, played 1 series, hurt his knee, was out the rest of the game.
He
He
had
didn't even score a point.
yeah,
And I was like,
1.4
holy
points.
shit.
Wait,
And I was
it
like,
was-
holy shit, this could happen now.
Yeah, he was the one player that I was
He
worried
hurt his-
about on
Me
his
too.
lineup.
He hurt his toe, though, right?
Yes, it was. Yeah, turf.
It's
I think
not
it's not
perfect.
The
I
other
don't know if it's broken.
McLaren or
McKissick.
The other running back.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah, McKissick.
he hurt his ankle or his knee.
Okay.
One of the They both got injured that game.
Yeah.
McLaurin got hurt.
McLaurin, yes,
the
that's
wide
it.
receiver. I do remember him.
Yes.
He came back in and started playing.
And then he needed how many points going into the Monday night game? Baltimore's defense. 17. Now,
Baltimore's defense is
they've only done it one time this year, scored that many fantasy points against the Bengals. And he said,
no. They went over 17 like I think 4 times.
Oh,
I
they
looked-
did?
Yeah,
no,
because I did research on that and I
he
looked
said
at
this has only happened 4 times. I think
26 times in the whole season is what
Wow.
it said. Like that a defense has scored more than
my neighbor, the number 3 seed in that league, said Baltimore's only done that once this season. So
hold on.
maybe that's not accurate. You should
Um,
put that in Baltimore defense and look at their.
It doesn't show defenses for some reason.
Oh,
Every time I put it in, it like
if you do it on the fantasy app, it does. But he's looking. He's doing that.
all right, so 15, 15, 7. Okay, so 26 once. Okay, so yeah, he was right. What did I look at?
and then I click on Baltimore defense, and then look what comes up.
15,
It's their-
15.
Oh,
it's-
okay.
It's their offense. It's just all
Okay.
their stats. So
So yeah,
Never mind, I was
Baltimore
wrong.
only done it once.
So 15, 15, 26, 14. I mean, okay, I may have saw this before that game started, so I
Okay.
may have probably tricked myself in thinking, oh, if he gets 14 and Tyler Bass gets
Yeah.
this much. But Gibson was the big guy. Like,
Yeah,
I
that
figured,
helped out a lot.
once he got hurt, I
And I-
texted.
You would have started Gibson. Everyone would have. He was a clear number 1 running back. He
He's been
is.
having some
a
great
great year,
games.
great
They're playing
rookie.
Rough.
Yeah, you
It's-
had to start him, and you would start Baltimore's defense. He did everything right the last week, except having Watson play instead of Mahomes. But it all worked out, and now we have a chance
So
to actually
you know
play
what's
each
really
other.
funny now that I'm thinking about it? Guess who the quarterback was against him last week?
Against BJ.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Aaron Rodgers, right?
Wasn't it Patrick Mahomes?
No, I think
Oh,
it was Robbie's best team. I think it was Aaron Rodgers.
damn it.
Because BJ had Devontae
right.
Adams, and they were pretty much going to cancel each other out. But Aaron Rodgers scored a fuckload of points.
He always does.
Thank God. I mean, and Robbie's best team has a great team.
So does
And-
Adams.
And yet I don't think he's in the playoffs.
He's not. No.
Yeah.
He just had some bad luck.
Yeah, God. I still can't believe it.
So, speaking of the Cowboys and Ravens game, Des Bryant fucking quit last night and then went, oh, maybe not. Did you hear that? You should text me the first thing about it.
No.
He tested for COVID once. It came back inconclusive, which I don't even know what that means with COVID.
No, he went on Twitter and said that he tested positive.
He did. The second test, the first one was called inconclusive, which just means we don't know. Took another one, tested positive. Then it showed him during the game just laying on the bench in sweats. I mean, he was in warm-ups, and they pulled him away from it. And he just went on a Twitter rant like Donald Trump and said he did.
Yeah.
Just like 20.
No, he
and
kind of
said,
did.
I fucking just tested positive. He has really bad diction, too. His tweets are unreadable. But tested positive. Then he said, did he say, I'm going to go chill out and have some wine? And then he said, I'm done with the season. I don't.
Well, I only had 2 fucking games he played in. It was like
I only saw the ones
Here's his
that
stats for the year.
happened before
That's
the game.
incredible.
Well,
Who gives a fuck?
yeah.
28 yards total.
The only tweets that I saw were the ones that happened before the game when he was actually pulled off the field during warm-ups to get tested. He tested positive. He went on his Twitter rant and he said that
I'm okay
he
with it
tested
being
positive.
gone.
Yeah, nobody
not-
cares. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and call it a quit for the rest of the season. I can't deal with this. And then like an hour later, he said, oh no, I'm going to keep playing and get my money. But yeah.
That's why when you put shit out on the internet like that,
Yeah,
you better be
you
fucking
gotta-
sure
yeah.
what you're doing.
I talked to Johnny the other day about Des Bryant because he was talking about, man, he playing the Cowboys, I think.
Yeah. So
No,
revenge
the
game.
Tennessee
Okay.
game, the first one he played. And Johnny goes, man, maybe I'll pick up Des Bryant. I bet he's going to have a big game. I was like,
28 yards.
no. I told him, don't even bother with
Yeah.
it because it's an AJ Green syndrome. He's a
It
name.
is. Yeah. He is. Yeah.
And so-
shiny.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Is it going to do anything for you? Is it going to help you? No.
No.
But it's shiny.
Yeah.
But you
You're going to help everyone else in your
You
league.
can polish a turd, but it's
Yeah.
still a piece of shit, right?
Yeah.
And
I
that-
mean, he's old. No, he's not old.
Yeah,
but
but-
How about Des Bryant at 30 isn't quite as humorous as when Des Bryant was able to play.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like when he was a player, and they had what did they have somebody like simply assigned to follow him around to make sure that he stayed out of trouble from
Probably.
Dallas?
They should.
Seriously,
Yeah.
no, I mean,
I mean,
that was part of one of the
you can
deals.
definitely put Des Bryant in the same category as Antonio Brown.
You can.
He
For
needs
sure.
to be followed around. He
Yeah.
needs to be watched because he's somebody. I mean, even when he played, even in the beginning when he was
We're typing Des Bryant shit.
right when he started playing for the Cowboys, every single game he's on the sideline. He's yelling at everybody. He's
Yeah.
telling everybody they're playing
Yeah.
like shit.
He had a pass.
You're not a coach.
Yeah, I mean-
You
I think not like Antonio Brown's past, but I
When
think
you're
he's
not-
gotten some trouble.
when you're not in the
I
game,
think he went to Oklahoma
you don't need to
State.
be running
Yeah.
along the sideline, yelling at everybody, telling everybody how to play the game. You are not a coach. That is
Yeah.
not what you get paid to do. Just sit down and shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Des Bryant's fun.
Wasn't he the guy that did a bunch of
Here's where the rules.
sit-ups and like Romo's like he's the
Terrell-
quarterback? That was Terrell
Terrell
Owens.
Owens.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He had,
Come on.
He had 25 million reasons to return back to football. I remember that.
Yeah.
Terrell
That
Owens
was
was
awesome.
another one of those guys
Yeah.
that just needs to.
You know what?
Yeah.
Here's
Forget that he
here's
was
the
a
only
Cowboy
person.
and a Bill.
Yeah.
Oh,
Actually, he had a decent season with
Yeah.
the Bills, and
But
they
I-
gave him a fucking key to the city before he did anything.
Terrell
But
Owens,
I
is a little
did.
ridiculous.
I
Terrell
did.
Owens was on. He was a fucking
Yeah.
player.
That's all. He's a
man.
Hall of Famer.
He is. And I still, to this day, even his TV show, I watched it. I love Terrell
Yeah,
Owens.
I think I watched it.
I have his jersey.
Like,
I have his Dallas jersey. I
have his
love
Bills
him.
jersey.
Oh, yeah. I love him. I love him. To this day.
I don't think he-
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm just going to throw this out here. As good as Terrell Owens was, and is as an athlete, I don't even rank him as in the top 10 of the
All
best
time?
all-time
No.
receivers.
No, I
Like,
wouldn't
all
either.
time.
and
He's a
people-
Hall of Famer.
He's a Hall
Yeah,
of Famer.
but I mean, I have problems saying that he's like people want to put him up there with Randy Moss, Jerry Rice.
No,
and I'm like,
not even close. He's a top 10 for Dallas.
He put himself
Yeah,
up there.
I mean, I would put him up there, but I mean, I wouldn't put him up there with Michael Irvin is still way better.
Didn't he play for San Francisco his rookie year and he took a
Terrell
shit
Owens?
basically?
Oh yeah,
Took a shit on Dallas's star,
Yeah.
or like he danced on it and then they tackled him after the second one, if I remember correctly. Is that right, Dallas fan?
It is.
Yeah.
Okay, so Des Bryant, I remember this. Check out these rules.
He got a touchdown, ran all the way back to the 50, set the ball down in the middle of the star.
He did it twice.
Yeah.
The second time they tackled his ass.
And then they gave him a job.
Yep. Like 2 years later.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I don't.
So
you don't remember that?
Des Bryant
you were probably in high school.
When Des Bryant got drafted, these were
Jeff Garcia was his quarterback.
This was his rules. A midnight
Oh,
curfew,
yes.
no drinking alcohol. He can't attend any strip clubs and can only attend nightclubs if they are approved by the team. He must attend counseling sessions twice a week. A rotating 3-man security team will lead one man with Bryant at all times. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He was on fucking lockdown by Dallas. Dude, like he was a player when he came out of college, but he just couldn't what do they call it, a mental midget? Just couldn't fucking put it together, man.
Did you say mental midget?
Yeah,
mental
midget.
So what happens? You give kids millions of dollars. Yeah.
And I guess they do it in college, even though they're not supposed to, and they're still.
Yeah. Sorry to offend the midgets that probably are listening to.
Little people.
Little people. But they probably
we're gonna have to cut this whole thing out
they
now.
probably got their own football league too. We just don't know about it.
We had 49 and a half people. There's the half.
We're gonna get them.
No. But it is Evan Smith's anniversary today.
Of what?
With the Cowboys.
Anniversary of what? Being signed?
I don't care about that anymore.
Oh, okay.
Did you get the job at the strip club?
I did.
Oh!
What?
But it's an all-call position, and I knew that going into it.
Wait,
but
is this a joke?
No, I applied as a security doorman at a titty bar, and I got.
What?
I love this.
Yeah.
Not
awesome.
Not one that anyone that I know has ever been to.
Not the one that I'm thinking about.
No, it's Whispers. It's in Baser. But I got a call.
Bonita Flats?
No.
That would be awesome.
Thinking of, what's his name?
Oh, Chrome with Brian Urban?
Yeah.
No. I don't even know if that place is still open. But they text me on Sunday and were like, hey, can you work the door this Tuesday? And I was like,
wait, you said in Baser?
Yeah.
I feel like I know which one you're talking about.
Did you work there?
No.
All right. Okay.
Quote unquote serve cocktails there.
But anyway, I was like, that's too
Is
short
there
notice. I'm already working liquor store and I couldn't get my shift covered. So he's like, no problem. He'll let me know the next one.
Is there a cowboy bar right next door to it?
I have no idea. No, there's an event space right next to it.
Did it used to be a cowboy
Well,
bar?
I don't know the area, but right next to it, I know. I don't know.
I bet you if it's an event space, cowboy bars are huge.
Yeah, it might have been.
Okay, so it used to be the one I'm thinking of. So it original.
How about this? Why don't I just fucking Google it?
Yeah. Okay. Google it.
What are you Whispers? Yeah. We did that last time.
Yeah.
Oh, the cowboy bar that used to be right next to it was called Mall Bells.
Huh.
That sounds a lot like more balls.
I'm not getting that.
My grandpa used to know the owner.
More bells. More bells.
It used before
Mall
was
Bell was Southwestern Bell.
Before was
A lot of Whispers over there.
Before was the cowboy bar. It was
Spring
an
Hills
antique.
Apartment.
It was an antique shop, and they bought it out because.
Okay.
But maybe we're talking about something different. It could be. There could be multiple strip clubs in.
I don't know of any. So while he's looking that up, let's talk about the Chiefs game.
Okay.
That was a great game to
That
watch.
was a good game.
Are you worried about the defense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Extremely worried about that.
Are you worried about this week about them playing the Dolphins? The Dolphins have a great defense.
We match up terribly against this team.
Yeah.
But I think we'll get off to an early lead.
And what about the Tyreek Hill catch that he knows a catch? I can understand he didn't know that. Somebody should have been watching it.
It was,
yeah.
What was
like,
my,
hold on. That's
my favorite thing was, Pat Mahomes' take on it was, man, you're getting so many touchdowns, you don't even know when you're getting them. It's just, that was insane.
It was such an acrobatic catch.
Yeah.
He had to have thought. He probably just thought,
He probably thought it hit the ground.
It had to hit the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, how can I even? Most of those guys, they pop up. I even think that one of the announcers said that most of those guys pop up and they always catch the ball.
Yeah.
But he was like, I didn't catch the ball.
Yeah, that was awesome.
It was a little too close, but most Chiefs games are until the end.
And, I mean, that's just kind of how they've been playing the last few weeks.
Yeah.
And our defense has not, since Carolina, our defense has looked terrible. Carolina, I think, really showed up what our defense is capable of, and everyone has followed that same game plan since.
Yeah.
And we can't stop them. If they're not going to run the ball against us and we can, slow them down, they're going to be throwing the ball to play catch up. And our defensive backs are terrible. Our corners are awful. Our best was whenever they do short in routes and we have Matthew and Sorensen as our safeties. So it's going to be a struggle.
What about, did anyone else, I was mystified, but Le'Veon Bell starting in Hilaire
was sick.
But not COVID.
No, just a flu. And now we've got two cornerbacks.
Could you imagine
and somebody
Rich?
else.
Rich still won, I think, in so many of the playoffs, but he's probably like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It said he was active.
Until an hour till.
Yeah.
If you're not paying attention.
I didn't even get to know that it was. I never heard that he was inactive.
Oh, I did.
Okay.
I just pay attention.
Yeah. Well, that's good you did.
But I mean, the worst part though is that since it was the Sunday night game, there wasn't a lot of options for you to put. So if it was like your one RB, and
I mean, you could have picked up Tony Pollard,
maybe if you wanted to try that.
Getting sick Thursday.
I mean, you could have picked up
exactly.
You could have picked up Le'Veon Bell. I mean, I'm sure he's a free agent everywhere.
Maybe. But so I mean, that's the problem. That it's because it was so late.
What about Tyreek Hill?
I thought that was awesome.
The back.
I thought that was great.
The backflip.
I had no problem with that.
You got a flag for that, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, then it just
got pulled back anyway.
Yeah, I got pulled back because of holding or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Trash. You got trash. I
think it's showboating, and every NFL player does it. He's been doing it a lot, but
because he scores a lot.
Yeah, but if he does a backflip and tears something or sprains something, were you worried about that at all?
No.
I was all right. I would be like, stop doing that.
He was there for seconds. It wasn't just like he beat everybody down the field, like badly.
Yeah. And just stood there. Yeah.
I mean, literally, that was 2 seconds. I mean, that's a lot of time in the NFL.
Yeah.
I loved it. It's Tyreek Hill.
Yeah. Well, I'm totally root for the Chiefs this week.
Ozzie Smith. Right.
Yeah, he did that.
Do you remember how he used to do backflips and cartwheels all throughout the? Yeah. Every time he came out on the field, he would do backflips.
Man, if I was a coach, I'd be like, stop doing that shit. You get hurt. I mean,
it was a different time. Those guys got paid hundreds of dollars as opposed to hundreds of millions of dollars or tens of millions of dollars. But yeah, that was it. Every time he got if he scored a double play, I think he did it. But he did a backflip. Yeah,
he almost said black flip.
It would have been.
We're looking for either answer. So correct.
He did both.
How about the Bills game? That was a good one to watch. I loved it. A lot safer. Cole Beasley was rocked to sleep like a little baby. Did you see his offensive lineman pick him up?
I fell asleep.
Oh, so did Cole. He had a career day, by the way.
But he
had Cowboy.
Great fantasy points.
He did.
Yeah.
A lot
of course, he was on my goddamn bench.
Oh, but you did have him. You never know when to start him.
Talking?
Huh?
She's supposed to be talking?
About what? Yeah.
About him. I don't know. She thought she was supposed to just be seen and not heard.
Oh,
Tyler Bass got me 10 points, and I was happy with that.
Yeah, Tyler Bass is awesome. It was a great game. I loved it. I'm excited for this week.
Didn't watch that game.
Who do you got
Steelers.
The Steelers. That's right.
I think this week is going to be the toughest matchup for the Chiefs and the Bills. I think Miami might be the toughest defense you guys play.
This is really tough because part of me really wants the Dolphins to win, and then
do you have the
guys
Dolphins
lose.
Defense at all in anything?
No, I dropped them, and when we do our pickups, I'll talk about it because they're the defense I have in most of my leagues, so I have to search for some defenses. Yeah. I've
looked on waivers. There's not a lot of good defenses out there.
It's a lot of not great matchups either.
No, there's no good match except the Saints. Whoever the Saints play, that's a great matchup because they're going to destroy them.
No, we'll talk about it whenever we do some
all right.
items.
Jalen Hurts, new starter, and
I like it.
Philly.
We talked about it a while ago.
Not really fantasy relevant, but I think it's great for Philly. He probably
You need a spark. You need to light something up, and I think Hurts gives them an.
How did he do? Do you know?
Not bad. I don't think he got a touchdown, but I know that he didn't turn the ball over either.
Yeah.
So I like Hurts. He had a good run. I remember that.
Yeah, I like him. I don't think
and,
anyone's gonna. Nope. Amber, you gonna pick him up in fantasy, the backup quarterback?
No.
No. All right. Good decision.
I think Carson Wentz. Well, I think Carson Wentz and I think he's done. I mean, yeah, he might be a backup quarterback for the rest of his life.
Could be, yeah.
Or a backup quarterback for the rest of his life.
Trade him to the Cowboys.
But I feel like him and Andy Dalton are like right there in the same situation. Like
Because they're both
redheads.
yeah.
Fuck you.
I mean,
First off, Wentz is
she's
a
allowed
lot
to
more-
say it. She's a redhead.
Wentz is talented, right? I just think
is he? Because he's a backup quarterback now.
I think he's
Got a
talented.
Super Bowl champion.
The guy's a slinger.
Yeah, but in a game
But
he wasn't in.
He wasn't in it. He wasn't in it.
So the problem with Wentz is that he is a gunslinging quarterback, and he's never been punished for any of his mistakes. They just keep saying it. So now he's been punished. Now he's getting a reality check of who he is. He's done in Philly. But if he gets an opportunity in Chicago, Jacksonville, Indianapolis,
Well,
which
she
would
did
be-
as a back. I mean, compete with Alex.
I mean, he is going to be a starter in the league for a long time. Andy Dalton's done. I wouldn't even compare.
Andy Dalton should be punished, and our backup quarterback should be in for him right now. But yes, it's true.
I was like, they have four. Danucci.
Yeah, don't forget
There's
about
another one
Danucci.
too.
The other
Rush.
one. Oh,
Cooper
he's
Rush.
also a
They
redhead.
have four quarterbacks.
Wait, not him. The other one. The one that I can't remember his name.
Good call.
Danucci, Cooper Rush.
He's a redhead. I just forget.
I don't care.
All right.
But it's true.
You lost me in Vampire Diaries.
He should be punished as well. He should not be flanked.
We'll just spank everyone.
I would take him out. It's done. Be done.
Dalton's your best option.
It is.
But
that game wouldn't have been any better with anyone else.
Really?
Yeah.
He's your best option.
It's bleak right now.
Okay.
Sorry.
If
Not
you
every
say
season.
so.
Yeah.
We almost beat the Steelers with Rush. Right?
Yeah, Cooper Rush.
We almost beat the
Yeah.
Steelers with him playing.
You know what
and
almost
I,
count for in fantasy
Nothing.
playoffs?
I would rather have him in and see what he can do.
Yeah, well, you probably will now.
Every
because
conversation
you're-
goes to the
you're
Cowboys.
mathematically eliminated now for the playoffs. So, yeah, they
sorry.
probably will start Cooper Rush.
It's
Then you can pick them up in waivers.
Perfect.
DJ Moore and Curtis Samuel, both COVID IR.
That's
oh yeah, I have Samuel.
So
Something to
unfortunate.
monitor. They may clear it by.
Thursday.
They play the Patriots Thursday, right?
Do they?
Tomorrow?
I have
Shit,
Samuel.
this
and,
might be-
and
Then they're not. When's their next game?
I have Samuel, and everybody's dropped him in like every league.
I wouldn't drop him, but I'd bench him. Or game log
he's
him.
on my bench. I don't need to drop him.
No,
I don't
it's
need
just
to.
past game.
Denver on
Yeah.
noon. Denver at noon.
Oh, okay. So they play Sunday.
Yeah.
So they got some time. It could
Yeah.
happen.
But Robbie
Worrisome, though.
Anderson's stock just
Yeah,
went way
It
up.
did, yeah. And also they have McCaffrey, who just pulled his thigh muscle, his quad muscle.
Anything else?
Well, that whole fucking team is,
Injured out?
yeah. I mean,
Yes, it happens. It's football season.
yeah. But people that were
But
going to
at
start
least-
McCaffrey this week
Yeah,
can't.
dude, that guy's he needs to get healthy.
Yeah.
Maybe just shut him.
I mean,
down.
so many
That's
people
what I
were
was-
sitting on him and waiting.
What's their record? Like I just
3 and something.
shut his ass down.
Yeah,
he
you
is the
should.
future of the franchise.
Exactly. And that's why I was talking about whenever they played the Chiefs that I felt like they rushed bringing him in. And
Yeah,
that's why
and that's when he hurt his shoulder. Right?
exactly. Like, just let the kid rest. You guys aren't contending
Yeah.
anything. Just, let the boy have some time off.
So that team's kind of fucked. I thought about picking up their defense this week as a streamer, but now I've thought if their offense can't stay out there that much, the other team's offense is going to be on the field a lot
Yeah.
against
And the
a decent
Broncos-
defense.
The Broncos I actually looked at that one as well.
Yeah.
And it was very tempting.
It was, but they need to have all their players back.
Yeah.
I'm cool with Mike Davis, and I look for him, and everyone's sitting on him. Yeah, nobody's dropping him. So I'm going to run with Washington for now, and then see what happens by Sunday. And we talked about Antonio Gibson, toe. He's out at least a week.
Yeah. I don't think it's anything too serious. He'll probably be ready to go.
Anyone have him, Gibson?
Me.
You do?
Yeah.
Is he on your bench?
I say he's doubtful.
His poor toe.
Yeah.
So he's been updated to doubtful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's...
So if it's
Hey,
doubtful,
you know
I
what?
would not start him.
Toes and fingers, you tape them up, you go get back out there.
Yeah. So Galladay's supposed to be back. We said this last week. Galladay's supposed to be back this week. Joe Mixon, week after this.
Then
You don't give a
again,
shit.
It's because they're not going to matter.
then
because they're not-
again, there. Well, I don't know. The whole broken fingers and toes thing. Toes might be different. Tony
Toes
Romo
are for
was out for a
balance.
very long time with that broken finger. So.
Well, not hurting his golf game now. And Alex Smith, best story of the week. Maybe of the
Thank
year.
God. Like,
It was
how
amazing.
Awesome
Was
was
it?
that to see that?
It was. To come back from what he came, how many surgeries?
Oh, too many.
Too many.
It's like 7,
And
8.
it's a lot. And then somebody cleated his good leg and he's bleeding the whole time. They wrapped that up and he's still playing. Ended up winning the game. In a game that we called a trap game.
Yep. And I think
Last week.
well, my favorite part is Jay Glazer at the pregame
Oh.
even mentioned it because it was Michael Strahan, Tony Gonzalez, and Jay Glazer all making their predictions. And Jay Glazer goes last after Tony and Strahan both picked the Steelers. Glazer goes, you know what's going to happen once I pick this is that Washington's going to win, but I got to go with the Steelers. And like everybody knows that this was a trap game. In the back of their heads, they could all see these warning lights of what Pittsburgh is. They can't run.
No, they can't. And
So-
they do not look that great right now. And they've lost 3
Great
defensive
defensive players.
Yeah.
So their defense isn't nearly as dominant, and yet their defense was still the best part of their team against
It was, yeah.
Washington. But
Is there a startable right now in the playoffs, a startable wide receiver for Pittsburgh that you would pick one over the other?
I'm going with Deontay.
Yeah, maybe.
And-
I wouldn't want to start any. You just never know.
But you also need to remember Dionte. There he is. But
He's probably got the best stats.
he's got a deep. He's fast and he goes deep, and Big Ben's got the big arm, so it's a big double play threat. Chase Claypool's more of a slant.
Yeah, and he's
type,
kind of dropped
big
off.
body.
Yeah, and Juju, I don't know.
Juju has one great game every month.
Yeah,
And you keep thinking he's going to break out. But, I mean, and then Ebron, God, did he drop? His game would have been massive. And I could have sat here and told you guys, what a great game Ebron had. I told you guys, you knew you were happy to start him. But he dropped 4.
he loves. I wish it showed drop passes, but it won't.
I know, I wish-
show the
I
targets. Look at
I
that.
wish I would have played him.
Yeah, it shows. I mean, it doesn't say drops, but he was
7 for
7 for
11.
11.
Look at that. 2 games in a row, 4 drops. That is unacceptable.
Yeah,
Now, I mean, that might not be a absolutely correct number-wise, though, because overthrows don't count as drops. They have to actually hit the player. So, but I remember 4 for Ebron. That makes sense.
I just wish I would have played him because
Yeah.
he did what he
he did pretty
especially
good.
in a PPR league.
He did
Yeah.
really good, and Henry was my tight end who I played,
Hunter
and
Henry.
he got me 1 fantasy
Oh,
point.
yeah.
So
So
that
terrible.
was just
Listen to the show, and you could have had Ebron with the points.
well, you
I
know,
tried to get
it
Hunter
happens.
Henry last week. Somebody else got him, and I'm happy that I
Yeah,
didn't
I
have
would never go for Hunter Henry.
Yeah. But awesome story about
That was-
Washington. Totally helped out the Chiefs.
No, it didn't.
Well,
Okay.
it did.
This narrative
starts-
is stupid.
Well,
I agree.
But if the Bills beat the Steelers too,
Because-
that gives
Yes,
Chiefs a contention for
if
first round bye.
but let's say the Steelers won and they lost to the Bills, and they were both at 12-1.
They would have the tiebreakers.
We'd still be number 1.
Oh, okay.
We have the
But
tiebreaker over
if
the Steelers.
anybody would have beat the
Because they have-
Steelers, it wouldn't. It was just because Alex Smith used to play for the Chiefs. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, let's get this narrative going, right?
Ex-Chiefs player.
I'll
Thanks
tell
again
you
for
this.
that.
This story was for all those white people who hate the fact that our quarterback is black.
What?
Dead serious. I guarantee.
I don't. I never said that.
What fan page is that?
I never said
I haven't
that.
seen any of that.
But at all our small town, oh my gosh, I'm going super racist with this, aren't I?
Yeah, not too many people don't like Pat.
Yeah, everyone. How do you
seems like?
Yeah.
Oh, but what about those?
Everyone loves it, right?
what about-
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What about those people that are kind of like, man, but he's just no Alex Smith because of that skin
It's not
color.
Detroit.
We're Kansas City.
I know.
We're the next Detroit.
I don't think I've ever heard that though. I
Me
mean,
either,
know.
but it's an interesting take from an idiot. So
good take.
yeah,
You're welcome.
everyone's entitled to their opinion, even if it's stupid.
No, but they're both basically
Hey.
tied. So I mean,
I think Alex Smith is just a good guy. That people
Yeah,
like.
I love Alex Smith.
He's I liked him when he was here. He was a nice guy. He always did good when he was here. He never was any
Absolute genius too.
I mean, he's one of the smartest
Great
guys.
guy.
You know, he was a winner, and he was a winner in San Francisco. He was an absolute winner out there. You know, he did nothing but win.
No.
Well, he had some.
When he had an offensive coordinator long enough
Yeah, he did better
That's
when he
right.
left.
But didn't he have like 7 offensive coordinators or
before
something?
Harbaugh showed up.
Yeah. You know, and then you know, he did nothing but win that year that he got benched, and then
You get benched.
they got benched. You know, they came to Kansas City.
No, I absolutely love
I
Alex
really like
Smith.
that. Yeah.
And I think a lot of the fans here in Kansas City really like Alex Smith too.
Okay.
because they had nothing but nice things to say when he played here.
No, you're absolutely right about that. I had a best friend that like absolutely thought he was garbage and hated him.
Everybody talks. All Chiefs
Yeah.
fans talk so much shit on Alex Smith when he played for the Chiefs.
No, that's
And
not,
now-
that's not true.
No.
You're making a broad statement. I don't think it was until the last year when I said, yeah, it's probably time for us to move on because he can't get downfield. And I think that's the thing.
And
The thing
and he did.
about him.
Oh God.
Really, Rudy?
And
Is
he did.
Rudy here?
And he
Really?
did something. He beat an undefeated team. Cool.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Helped the Chiefs out.
No. Don't even give it that. No,
It
it
didn't?
didn't help the Chiefs out any way
The
possible.
Steelers have to lose
It's
another
just a
game.
feel-good story here in
It could,
Kansas
yeah.
City.
The guy
That is
he almost
He's
died.
not.
exactly.
Who
It's
died?
a feel-good story, but it's Kansas City only. I guarantee you.
The rest of the country doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, this is not
Maybe people in
something.
Washington.
No, because
All right,
there's a
we'll
lot of
come back
people
to that.
that
Let's-
30 for 30.
We're going to take a break and
Maybe.
talk about waivers and sit starts.
Sit
Just 'cause I have
starts.
to pee.
Thank you for reading that.
Not a problem. I've got your back, buddy. This podcast is a group thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. We'll ask Steve when he comes back. Let's talk about waivers this week for week 1 of the playoffs. So
So
By
what's
now-
really cool is since we had the game yesterday, we still get some nice
yeah,
little
waivers will go through
tomorrow.
tomorrow morning at like 3 a.m. So hopefully you'll get to hear this. And
Gets
Have some
maybe
good
a couple
waivers,
pickups. Yeah.
Amber, who are you picking up from waivers? In 3 leagues.
She hasn't even.
You don't know yet.
I haven't
She's
done-
got time, but
I haven't done it yet, but it's. I just got off work and came over here, so I'm getting there.
all right. And Steven probably hasn't either. He works 10 hours a day. He likes to wait till the last second.
I'm gonna do it. I promise.
All right.
All right. So my first big waiver, I've got Miami in a lot of my leagues, is a new defense.
Well, you have them in a lot of leagues, but didn't start them. You had to drop them, right?
Well, I'm not going to drop them.
Well, then start them.
Well, I'm not going to start Miami against Kansas City. So I'm picking up another defense.
Okay.
This is my waiver pickup.
Okay, smart to keep and keep them for against what?
I don't
Bills,
know.
Jets.
Whoever else might be easier because they seem to do well. God damn it.
Steven, who are you picking up on waivers in the league you're still in?
I don't have any idea. I haven't looked at it yet.
All right.
Okay, so the defense team I'm looking at is the Washington defense. They've got San Francisco Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
Nick Mullins is a quarterback.
Hit or miss.
Yeah, but I think that defense really showed up on Monday night
You mean
against
Washington?
Steelers.
Yeah.
Washington's defense.
they did?
I think they're really going to compete well against the San Francisco 49ers. So I'm
The
picking
Bills
them up.
looked good against them. 49ers.
Yeah, well, they're not.
Their run game's not elite.
And the quarterback holds on to the ball for a long period of time. Sacks are going to be there. And maybe not any interceptions, but
I like that.
so that's one I'm looking up. In my family league, I couldn't believe this guy was available, so I'm trying for Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown.
Yeah,
It's a hit or miss, or it's like with him as well. I mean, like he's a touchdown or bust, but I hate. Could you pull up Miles Marquise Brown?
Yes.
So I can figure out who they're playing, because I know that matchup's really nice.
Terry had Marquise.
he had a good game.
And I was like,
there he is.
shit.
Who are they playing? Because I know that matchup's kind of nice.
I mean, I knew I had already
There you go,
lost to him,
Cleveland.
but that just
So their
added-
secondary's weak, and so I'm expecting him to have a good game.
Yeah.
Maybe not a big explosive game.
Their number one
rivalry
corner's
match.
out at Cleveland, right?
Yeah, Humphreys.
Okay.
I think I heard Peters is still playing.
No, not for Baltimore, for Cleveland. The corners. Their number one corner is out.
Perfect. It's even better for me.
But other than that, their defense is still pretty good. But I like it's a good move.
Let's see here. Who else we got here? Washington defense. I picked up Washington defense in most of my leagues. Oh, found T. Higgins available in waiver. I know that they don't have Burrow anymore. I don't even know who their quarterback is, Finley or something.
Yeah, he's actually. I haven't dropped him, but I would say, but he's had put together 2 good games. He's the only bright spot on that team.
Yeah.
So
I
are you going to start him though, or are you just picking him up to stash? In case injuries, COVID.
So this is the
Like, I
league
wouldn't
where
start
I've
him.
got Deontay Johnson, Cooper Kupp, Amari Cooper, Corey Davis, Darius Slayton. Like I've got plenty of wide receivers that I can choose from, but who's going to be the guy that blows up this weekend?
Yeah.
And I like having that options that so I can weigh out the matchups and stuff like that.
So you can torture yourself later. Like, why the
Exactly.
fuck did I do that?
Because, I mean, I've got Deontay Johnson. He's got Buffalo. Do I really want to risk having him on my team? Cooper Kupp is always a hit or miss, depending on who Goff goes to. Amari Cooper, I don't trust because of the Andy Dalton situation. Darius Slayton is a touchdown or bust wide receiver
it's
like
a home
Deontay
run
Johnson.
or nothing.
Yeah, so, I mean, like you said, I am going to torture myself over this whenever
Sometimes
I get
too many
Higgins.
choices is a bad thing.
Well, if it's, this is a league I'm number 1 in. I'm okay with it.
All right.
I can use. Plus, it's the PPR league. Having an extra wide receiver is never a problem.
Good.
But that's who I'm looking at.
I'm looking at in one of our leagues that we're in, and you probably are too. Noah Fant is surprisingly got dropped, so I got to waiver in for him because I have Hayden Hurst.
I'm pretty sure
in
I
this
dropped
league,
him.
and Hayden Hurst has done. Noah Fant actually had a pretty decent game last week.
Yeah.
Hayden Hurst has done nothing.
Oh, I know. 2 touchdowns, 300 yards?
It's terrible. I mean, he had good yardage, but
PPR league, I mean, he's always going to be solid because he gets you 5 catches a game no matter what.
Hayden Hurst, the one that I'm replacing with a fan is a non-PPR, I think.
Oh, that's even rougher then.
So, Kiki
Kuti?
available in half the leagues I'm in. I put a waiver in 2, just as I probably don't need to start him. He blew up last week.
Well, what else did I got to throw to?
He had 8 catches, 141 yards. They're playing Chicago, but I'm probably not going to – I don't need to start him, but I want to keep him from somebody picking him up and using him against me.
Yeah.
A little defense. Tim Patrick's still out there. I like him for Broncos.
Ew.
T.Y. Hilton, I think, would be a good pickup.
If he's available,
Yeah, I think
that's
a lot of
a
people
great
have
pickup, especially
given
for
up
the
on it.
playoffs.
Yeah.
Give him
He's flying under the radar. Had put together a couple good games.
Yeah.
Apparently super healthy. I remember I used T.Y. Hilton last year and torched the shit out of Amber in one game. We watched in Foxtown. Remember that?
I had to drop him.
Oh, go pick him up. Cam Akers still available in a couple leagues.
Well, I don't need him.
And the thing with Cam Akers is, once again, like the same problem I'm having with my wide receivers. Who is going to be the big back this week?
2 games now, I think, in a row. He's had it was 66% of the running back share.
Really?
So he's going forward. They say he's the guy, and they're giving him more and more carries. So BJ actually started him in the Vampire League.
Injury
I
alert.
think. Oh, well, fuck.
No, I'm just saying.
He actually had like 14, 15 points.
That's going to be what's going to happen to him now that they've announced that he's going to be the
Talk
number one
about
guy.
Joe Mixon, we mentioned him. If he's available, pick him up. You can use him next week, week after this one.
I know. I have him.
Oh,
I'm holding on to him.
me too. I have him in the league too.
You don't want to hold on to him. Drop him.
Yeah. Well, he was wrong about Eckler too. So he's wrong about a lot.
Well, I'm gonna hold on to him.
You should. I'd hold on to him.
Mixon is such a waste.
Don't drop him for anyone I just mentioned. But
I want him for
Such
the
a-
playoffs.
yeah, for the
Yeah, I
playoffs.
do.
Yeah,
No.
we'll see. All right, who you got for starts this week?
God damn.
Players people should start.
So I know this is a weird one because he's had some really bad
We
games
like the
recently.
weird ones.
Russell Wilson against the Jets. Okay, so Russell Wilson, everyone's talking about. You remember at the beginning of the season, his greatest player. He has been turning the ball over. He hasn't gotten 20 points in
And this
a
is a
long
start?
time. Yeah, I'm saying.
You're looking for a bounce back.
I'm thinking this is the Jets game. They just lost to the Giants.
Yeah.
Get out there. He's going to launch the ball and just light up. I know, right?
It's
That's a fucking touchdown, dude.
retarded.
Those stats in any other,
yeah.
I guess not against Patrick Mahomes, I guess. or
Yeah.
whatever.
Well, look at what
It's
it.
crazy.
Scroll
How
down
many
and take a look at
interceptions
the game log up here, and you can just see it, his most recent. Because I'm not looking at his overall season. I'm thinking about what
Fumble.
263, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. And a fumble.
and a fumble. Like
Three,
it's just
5,
he's
8,
turning the ball over.
He's at 11 picks.
It's getting to be kind of curious on
So
how he's going to play out. But I would suggest anybody who has Russell Wilson, if you find a backup quarterback in waivers that you're kind of comfortable with, and you've been sitting on him, I'm telling you, stick with Russell Wilson right now.
Yeah.
It's the Jets. It should be a big bounce back game. But I know a lot of people are thinking about benching him because of his poor performance for the last couple of
I
games.
wouldn't bench him because of poor performance at all. I've players like this bounce back all the time. He's elite. You drafted him as your normal quarterback.
Yeah.
You stick with him. The only thing I would say, and I'm glad I don't have him to make the decision against the Jets, if they take a big lead, they're just going to run the ball like the second half of the game. Or they get an even bigger lead halfway through the second quarter, they bench him and just run the ball. And you only get, the 2 touchdowns and 200 yards.
Yeah, but I don't think that's going to happen.
'Cause
The Jets are going to be competing.
You-
They're playing tough. I mean, they
They
almost beat
did
the
against
Raiders.
the Raiders. Yeah, but for the Raiders, people, they beat the Chiefs and like, ooh, the Raiders, something to worry about. But then the Raiders lay down for everyone else.
Yeah.
Huh?
With the Raiders.
Yeah, I know. Fucking BJ.
All right, my next start, Wayne Dahlman Jr. for the
Huh?
Giants. I'm loving this kid.
Yeah.
This kid is running hard. He's
Yes.
playing tough, and the Giants themselves are a competitive team.
They are.
play hard.
Daniel
every
Jones will be
single-
back, so you get some play action.
Exactly. And
Goldman actually had a good game with Colt
McCoy. I mean, he's a great hard runner. He's
Yeah.
got good soft hands out of the backfield, I found out. He's got,
But you did.
yeah.
Dick in there. In the backfield.
Why would I want my dick in his hands? That's not going to help my
Because you see if
fantasy
they're soft or
points.
not.
Well,
That's not going to help my fantasy team.
No.
quit talking
No.
about his soft hands.
Well, you. Okay.
Thank you, Amber.
Hands.
Get him back
I
on
like when the
task.
guest comes on and tells the fucking
Yeah.
host what to do.
Yeah,
It
right.
was like, stop making it weird.
Yeah.
Or Reed's going to take it over the fucking top.
Well, you did make it kind of weird.
Yeah.
Your face made it weird.
Oh.
If you throw up a fucking softball, I'm going to hit it. Just let you know.
Tyler Boyd, Cincinnati.
I like it.
We were talking about
Did he
T.
get
Higgins
it?
a bit.
Yes. Did he get ejected last
I
week
think so.
for something?
For that big fight that
So did
broke
Devontae
out.
Parker. Was that the same game?
I think so. That big
Yeah.
fight because Brian Flores wanted to punch somebody.
Yeah.
And I love that
Yeah.
picture of the offensive line sitting on the bench while the big fight's going on. It says, and this is the offensive line
Yeah,
that had
they're
to
like-
protect. Who gives a shit? No wonder they didn't protect Burrow.
He's not going to be suspended or anything.
I haven't heard yet as of right now, so I have him starting. I like that matchup against Dallas. Him and Higgins
anyone against Dallas.
Exactly. They're going to be able to throw the ball
Start
on them.
Gio. Start anyone.
It's true.
So I know that
Unfortunately.
Finley
And
is
they
going
will
to be
run up the
questionable.
score because
It's going to be
they're playing for
bad game.
pride.
Right now, they're two
Yeah.
teams that are just losing, and so right now it's just going to be whoever wants the better.
Yeah,
draft
really.
pick is
The
gonna
coaches
lose.
probably text each other like, "I'll bet you a case of beer or something." They're just playing for that.
Yeah, it's
There's still playoff possibilities for anyone in that.
all right. My last start, and this is a weird one too, I guess. Kareem Hunt against Baltimore. A lot of people are going to look at that and think, it's Baltimore's a great run defense, but
They didn't look that good on Tuesday.
no. But I think Kareem Hunt's most of his points are going to come off the flat and screen passes and dump passes from Baker Mayfield.
Yeah,
Because they're not
start,
going to be
especially a PPR.
exactly. So I don't think it's going to be a run game at all. I don't think they're going to be able to run on that team. Period, especially up the middle. But Kareem Hunt on the outside on the nice little screen plays or dump passes, he's going to pick up plenty of points for you.
Yeah, I like that start.
So, who you got?
I like Myles Gaskin this week against Kansas City. Kansas City's a little soft against the run. I think it's going to be every team Kansas City plays is a close game. So the run game's going to be happening. I think Gaskin is kind of taking the
It's not that the games are close. It's that we let them come back from
you
passing.
do until the very end.
Yeah, so it's.
But I like Gaskin. I'm going to start him. I have him in one. He's come back, and Ahmad's kind of taken the. Is it Ahmad?
Yeah, Sultan Ahmad. But I would not.
All right, fair enough.
But okay.
I like Kiki against Chicago.
I do like that match.
I like that. I don't need to start him unless something weird happens. Somebody gets injured.
K-E-K-E.
I know, right?
Coutee.
I like that matchup.
Yeah.
It's not favorable with Chicago, but I think Houston is going to keep.
Watson is such a talented quarterback. He's going to get the ball to the wide receiver. And if this is his option,
that's the guy.
He's going to be the option.
And Cooks is still a little hobbled, may not start. So it's this guy and then a bunch of nobodies.
Yep.
So get him in your lineup. I love the Saints. I mentioned, I think I meant it, or maybe it was before the show. Saints defense against Philly. I think they're going to eat him alive. I wish I had.
Jalen Hurts.
Yes. I mean, even with Jalen Hurts, I think they're just going to destroy them. Saints have a great defense. I have them started in my DraftKings league. If you do, you can't find them on waivers. You should have had them 6 weeks ago and you held on to them. I think I did have them week 2 and I dropped them.
Well,
Sucks.
So the Eagles aren't necessarily I don't know what that offense is supposed to be because they don't run the ball.
I don't think they know
and they don't know how to pass the ball. And the Saints' defense is primarily a run-stop defense, I think.
Yeah.
So I don't think they have the ability, the quarterback, to really compete against the Saints at all. I think that they're not going to run with Miles Sanders and Jalen Hurts unless I don't know. That's a rough start.
I think it's going to be like 34-0. I think they shut the Eagles out. It could be 6-0.
So if that starts happening, when do you bring in
he would have to throw 4 picks to bring – I mean, they're going to give this kid a lot of time to figure shit out. And against the Saints, it's going to be tough. I think Philly's going to this, and they don't plan on fucking winning, but they just want to get their guys some work.
That's just power rankings.
Right.
Then I got Jonathan Taylor against Vegas Raiders.
Like that matchup.
Jonathan Taylor has
good.
come around, and he has now become I'm glad I never dropped him or never listened to you and dropped Jonathan Taylor is for real. He's holding on to the ball, not putting it on the ground.
Except for that one time.
Well, he's done it a couple times, but it was early. But now he's taken over. Nakeem Hines is just in there once in a while. So I love that start against Vegas. Vegas lets anything happen.
Yeah.
They put up their own. Their defense is not that great either.
They're very bipolar because one game the Raiders look amazing, and then the next they're almost losing to the Jets.
Yeah, and then the defensive coordinator calls it. I don't mind. I do that. You probably do that in Madden. I do that on all kinds.
Never.
Oh, you don't? All out blitz?
The
Like,
all-out blitz,
it's a
the
lot,
all-
just go for it?
So what is it, like the all house blitz or whatever,
Yeah.
or something like that? No,
I mean, I like that he rolls the dice and he's like, fuck it, let's try it. It didn't work out, but.
Greg Lyons is from Belton.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
He was the Bills defense coordinator, one of our best, and he's also the New Orleans defense coordinator that headhunt game.
Headhunt, yep.
Yeah. So
Yeah, he's a.
think he'll get a job?
Oh,
He
yeah.
Baker?
Sure.
Did he coach
Yep.
at Baker?
He was a Baker after Hugh Jackson got fired, and Todd Pioli got not Todd Pioli. It was the other Todd Haley got fired from the Browns.
Yeah.
Greg Williams was the interim head coach.
I like him. I think he's good, but
He'll get
that
his job.
Yeah,
I
that
get-
wasn't a great decision, but
I am almost positive Gase told him to do it. Gase is the idiot of that duo.
I agree.
Williams is a good defensive coordinator. He's done well many places.
With what he had,
Yeah.
and they lost Jamal Williams.
Jamal Adams.
Jamal Adams, their number one
Yep,
pick,
and then,
their best defensive player.
Yeah. It's fine.
The Jets are trash anyway.
Yeah.
And then my last one, I love Josh Allen against Pittsburgh. He had 375 yards last week, 4 touchdowns.
Offensive
Pittsburgh's
player of the,
defense,
week.
it was, yeah, over Mahomes, barely. It's his third time this year. you know?
Johnny's been asking for an apology for me having him trade Josh Allen. And it's not going to happen.
You're not going to apologize?
No, I'm not going to apologize. The only thing I will
I
apologize
think he
for,
texted me that too, and I said, don't do it.
like I will say this, I will apologize to this on this part only, that he didn't hold on to him longer and get more stuff for trading him whenever he was doing better.
What do you get for it, the trade?
I think like Deshaun Watson and a couple other players, running backs and stuff like that.
It's not terrible.
No, like we got a nice group of
I would have held on
players
to
for
him.
it.
I think Pittsburgh lost another defensive player in the game last week. I think we can – and John Brown's back, so we're just loaded at wide receiver.
I like John Brown.
I do too. Who you got sitting?
You do it. I'm sitting in Mari Cooper.
Amber, who are you sitting? You should sit your whole team.
I mean, kind of, yeah.
So I'm starting with James Conner. He just got fresh off the COVID list. I still don't trust to start him because I don't know if
Their running game is worse than the Buffalo running defense is good.
Even then, I don't care. I don't think they know how to run the ball correctly. Yeah. And James Conner had started the season off fine, but offensive line, I mean, I just don't think they're built to rush. So sitting James Conner. I'm going to also sit Michael Pittman Jr., wide receiver for Indianapolis. Yeah. I don't know. They've got Vegas. I think they could have a big game. It's going to be a touchdown or bust for Pittman, and he doesn't have too many. So I wouldn't start him if you don't have the choice.
Get somebody else in there if you got him.
Yeah.
Michael Pittman should be a bench filler anyway for you. If you made the playoffs, you have other weapons already that got you there. So stick with them. You're Michael Thomas.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's not. You're gonna put him in and win a game.
Robbie Anderson.
That actually was a good sneaky play this week.
And we were talking a little bit about how we think that, Robbie Anderson might have a, big score because of what's his name being out with COVID.
Samuel and Moore.
Right. So his stock may go up. I don't like that matchup against Denver. I just don't think the cornerbacks are still very good.
Well, one of them is suspended for 6 weeks.
But I don't think it's
PD.
Bayou or whatever his name is, Boye.
I think it is Boye.
Is it?
It says Nick draft me.
Wakanda forever.
Oh my God.
Oh.
All right. I think it is Boye. He's suspended 6 weeks,
Is it? Okay.
which works out good for your player and works out good for the Bills to play them week after
It
next.
does, but still, I don't. Okay, but I didn't know about Boye. I would start Robbie Anderson then. Never
Everybody
mind.
that I'm sitting is people that are injured
Yeah.
and that I can't play.
That's who you should be sitting.
I mean,
But you should get rid of some of those injured players and do some waivers.
it's true.
I'm
I need to do
also
that.
benching.
Which I will right after this
All
show.
right.
I'm also benching
Promise.
Logan Thomas for tight end for Washington.
Are you trying to find out what
it's had
what does
to
that
actually.
say?
That's not the same guy.
What do you?
I think he's.
What are you
That's
doing?
not Robbie Williams anymore.
Yeah, he just
Or
put
Robbie.
in chest tech.
What are
Oh,
you-
Robbie Anderson.
Okay.
Maybe all those are his. I don't fucking know.
Why
No,
are
that
you
guy's
looking
from
those up?
Portugal.
I,
Because I want to see what it says on his tattoo. I've always wondered that. Like, look at that. What's that right there?
Wakanda forever.
Is that what it is?
I don't know.
Don't worry about it. You don't need to know. It's weird.
Logan Thomas had a great breakout game against
did.
the Steelers. I don't think it's going to happen again against San Francisco. I know how much Alex Smith loves checking down and everything
Yeah.
like that. But I think San Francisco's defense is very good in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I think the wide receivers will have a bigger game in the Washington. I think Terry McLaurin will have a huge game, but I don't
I
think
do
Logan
too.
Thomas.
There's also Reed he's not in Washington anymore.
no.
He's in San Francisco. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. You know, I like Logan Thomas this week.
Yeah, like it's a questionable. Like it came between him and Tanyan for me, and I think I just like Tanyan against Detroit.
I think
And
if
Rodgers.
anyone listening has either of those players on fantasy, they should hopefully be your. I don't know. Maybe they would be your two tight ends. Like we talked about a couple weeks ago. There's like two great tight ends, and the rest is just
Garbage.
muddy water. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just.
and in this league, I have Tanyan, Fant, and Thomas, and it's every week I struggle to
Yeah.
figure out which one of those three I want to start.
Flip a coin.
Who do you got?
Okay, Sits, Juju for sure. He's just not reliable enough. There's too many potential number ones in Pittsburgh, and he's probably going to draw the best Bills corner, which is Trayvon. So Hayden Hurst, I talked about it against the Chargers. He's just had 4 bad games.
He's a
in
shit
row.
player. I mean, I expected him to be
Yeah.
such a huge.
He was
game.
so good in Baltimore.
Exactly, he's a great blocking tight end
So-
with good hands, and Ryan knows how to use a tight end, and he knows how to make them look good. He did it with Hooper.
Yeah.
I expected
And
this to be
Gonzalez.
huge. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I expected Hurst to have a huge season. But
Yeah, but it's not happening.
No.
And I think Matt Ryan always finds, or the offensive coordinator finds themselves in the situation where they got to throw long because they get behind
yeah,
fast.
all the time.
Because their defense is fucking terrible. Yeah,
disappointing.
it is disappointing.
Unless the guy's a
You
blocker.
sound like every girl I ever slept with.
Unless
It's
the
just
guy's a blocker.
disappointing. He probably a good blocker. You don't
It's
get points
true.
for that. She knows. She's listened before. And she's seen my video.
I have not.
It's not great.
I've
No.
never in my entire life seen that
Well,
fucking video.
I have.
Never say
Nor-
never.
Nor will I ever.
Well, we'll
He
see.
just
Keep-
watches ass
drinking.
pounding into a pillow. It looks like.
That's weird.
Please stop.
Devontae Parker versus Kansas City, I don't like. With Tua throwing, Devontae doesn't get his, although he will get
Targets.
ejected from a game for, I forget why, but I don't think he'll get the targets. I love the tight end. I love the running game
Jaceki, I do like that.
Yeah.
I think that is a good matchup
against
actually.
Kansas City.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Parker, I'm not in love with.
Yeah,
So for this game, Miles Sanders for Philly against New Orleans, I think he gets nothing. Nothing.
I think it is a complete.
He may get it. He may just end it. It's going to be bad.
I don't understand the game plan going into that game at all. Like my mind is still trying to figure out
Like what they would do.
because they have no wideouts. They have 2 tight ends, but there's no threat of a run.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's no way for anybody to sit down. Like all they're going to be able to do is do 8 in the pocket, 1-on-1 outside.
Yeah.
You're not going to run. You're going to have
All
your
the
tight
running
ends
will be
wide.
from Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, exactly.
He'll be doing the Taysom Hill dance.
and that's
And the running, if they even start with Miles Sanders at the beginning, they abandoned the run game because they have to because they're behind.
exactly.
And he's just throwing it or running it. So that's and if you took Miles Sanders early in your draft, this one you bench for
Yeah.
Kiki or anyone else.
No,
Ezekiel anyone.
I would have
Tony Pollard.
I wouldn't have had him starting. He may have been dropped off my team by now.
Oh, I would have
I couldn't. There's just nothing
That's-
about.
better yardage than Hayden Hurst. And then my last hit, old Bills running backs against Pittsburgh. I wouldn't start Zach Moss or Singletary. And our running game has got going. I think Pittsburgh is very good against the run game.
I think the Bills' running game is going to be what wins you the game. I think they're gonna just pound it in their face and just really, really
Keeps lofting them up for
Yep.
me.
You're
Well said. All right.
But yeah, I have a feeling it's going to be
You're
a,
called
like
best color person in sports for nothing.
Major
you
League.
just handed them to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got to give him the easy.
Yeah.
You've met him.
No word bombs this week.
He does it on purpose because he loves it.
I know. So yeah, I don't like the running game. I hope you're wrong. I mean, I hope you're right and I'm wrong. Luckily, I don't have any. Ooh, I do have Zach Moss, but I'm benching him. I'm not playing this week. And I'm playing against Zach Moss in a league in the playoffs. You have Zach Moss, right?
No, I don't.
Oh, not anymore?
Never did.
Don't believe you.
I swear.
All right.
She's drunk. She
That,
probably has it.
that last one sounded convincing.
No, I
So
don't
go
have
with it.
him. I promise you.
Got it. I didn't ask. It's like I asked her if she had HPV. I don't have it.
Okay.
Can you stop with the HPV? It's weird.
What? We didn't even talk about HPV.
Okay,
Do you
quiet.
Now you're making it a thing.
Do
Okay.
you have HPV?
Yeah,
You can say it on camera. We'll just
We have it.
Hey, you
What
know
does
what?
HPV stand
No,
for?
stop.
Hairy pussy.
You and papillomavirus.
Balls up.
And that was the end of the show, guys.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
And I'm out.
Amber, tell me we'll see him next week with second week of the playoffs.
Yeah, we'll
Oh.
see you next week.
Yeah.
Second week of the playoffs.
Yep. Thanks for
It
watching.
was so great to see you guys.
Thanks for joining us, Amber. It was awesome. Good
Yeah.
job.
Thank you for joining us today.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
It was fun.
Yeah, that was all right.